Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at DocSimmons17. Sorry for the 2 week little layoff. I was very sick. I'm probably going to be coughing during the show, but we got the usual gaggle of good-looking guys here. I'm gonna give the hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks, my man. All social media, Z Hendricks brand. Of course, look up Country or Official uh, on Facebook and Instagram, and Country or Brand to check out Country Air and what we got coming up. Big things coming with little things stumping. And I'll pass it off to Senior Official.
Let's go, guys. Referee Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV, # for the ref brand, and Waffles Take It Home podcast.
Waffles. How was the breakfast hunt these past weeks?
Man, I've discovered waffles with fresh blueberries on top. I've had waffles with fresh bananas and strawberries on top. In absence of ice cream over this year, I've adapted to fruit. And fruit on top of waffles is next level. Oh my goodness. I don't even need syrup for the most part. I'll eat a half a waffle, 3/4 of a waffle without having to use syrup. And the fruit on top is out of this world. Coming to find, I like cantaloupe in the morning too. That really hits the spot. Cantaloupe, good fruit, but like it's Super Saiyan in the morning.
Very nice. No, yep, love me some cantaloupe. Zach, actually, let's save you for last because I saw what you had. I started a new diet, so it was turkey sausage and egg waffle or tacos this past weekend. Just trying to stick to the white meat. Somebody's got to be a body guy on these tag teams and trios. But Zach, why don't you show them how a real heavyweight eats?
Yeah, first of all, the pictures clearly weren't all mine, but I don't think I can eat all that. No, but yeah, she got some breakfast. There's a spot by our house called Honeyberry that Val loves, so she'll get the French toast, fruity pebbles like cereal delight. Jack will get the honeyberry pancakes, which is just feel like something Perch would like because it's just nothing but pancakes and a bunch of fruit on top, but it has the syrup. And then I did not decide to be I usually don't go pancakes. I always like to go steak and eggs, but I decided to go a pancake route, and I got an old Doc Simmons classic, the cinnamon swirl pancakes.
Yeah. Did
the
you
ones where Doc? I did not add syrup like you because I realized I don't need syrup.
Yeah, you learned from my mistake.
Yeah, I mean they were banging. I couldn't finish them. I probably got halfway through. Very sweet, very good. Definitely one of those where this weekend was doing good on preloading the other half of the body, guys. So, the journey has been getting really good. But yeah, it was definitely like Val woke us up with a nice little surprise. But yeah, very good. I had to send Doc a picture because I usually don't eat a lot of breakfasts. So I was like, well, Doc will appreciate this food porn I'm about to send.
Yes, I did appreciate that food porn. And I'm about to appreciate this audio porn as Perch gives us that banger of the week.
Banger of the week. This one is a great one. It hits like none other. And I had it playing throughout the Avondale Music Hall in Chicago. Chicago band. This music is phenomenal. Right there with if you had to pick an entrance song, it would be this one, and it so happened to be an entrance song. Rise Against Savior. Bang!
Yeah.
Right there. That's on the OG Brew City Wrestling playlist from 2018 that I had. Very early on, training in pro wrestling, finding songs that always got me motivated. And Rise Against is a band that always hit the spot. Shout out to G Unit. Gunner always loves some good Rise Against. And Savior is the song for this week. And man, is that a good song.
Yes, sir. Good friend, the Juice Box back home. Big fan of Rise Against. He would play Savior all the time. So yes, this one I am well acquainted with and didn't have to play it to make sure I knew what it was. Yes, big support. I was actually bumping that earlier today at work. I think that was the first song. Uh, it was within like the first five.
Yeah, what a great one.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yes, yes. All right, guys. We've been gone for 2 weeks. Have we watched any interesting wrestling? Um, Zach, or actually, let's save that because he's probably going to talk about the pay-per-view. Let's go with Perch first.
Yeah, I've been watching some good wrestling. Lots of good action. AEW's been rocking it. Um, Good Moxley action in there. Moxley and Ray Phoenix had that match the other week. Killer match. Ray Phoenix comes out the victor, ends up winning. Um, just some good action. They've been firing on all cylinders. A big pay per view happened over the weekend. NXT pay per view as well as AEW pay per view. Lots of good wrestling. I've gone back and watched some old clips, some Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff promos. One of my favorites of all time. The way he is a heel and the way he shows it. You don't have to be up front and tell people what you hate, why you hate. All you need is a certain tone of voice, and you can leave it up to the watcher's imagination what's about to happen. And Mr. Wonderful was very much that confident in who he is, and putting himself out there for the viewer to make their own judgment. Love Mr. Wonderful. Went back and watched some Great Muta against Stunning Steve Austin, which was pretty cool. Great Muta against Antonio Inoki. What a story! My goodness, just back and forth. Didn't know what was going to happen in there. Great Muta, his ability to really get lost in his character, it's unbelievable. Hard to believe that he is just a man, just like any one of us. But the commitment to the character and the portrayal is it's like watching Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator. You believe it. It's all as real gets, because the level of authenticity to it is just incredible. Greatest character I've ever seen. And also had a family friend drop off a few big grocery bags full of some old school magazines.
Oh, that's
80s, 90s, 2000s, like everything. We got some PWI in there, wrestlers of 2000s, 2001. Man, a holy grail. Terry Funk, Ric Flair, I Quit match on the front cover of The Wrestler with none other than Tommy Young front and center. That's a magazine that I've heard about and, thought of as a legend in my own mind. And here I am with the magazine in my own hands.
that's
And that's just
hell yeah.
It's just one of so many. Yeah, it was a big come up with that hookup. It was the classic wife saying, "Get rid of this garbage," and garbage is another man's library.
Yep, they don't get it, man. I feel bad for homie. He knew what he had. That was the thing. He knew what he
Oh,
had.
he knew it.
But
He knew it, and she knew it. Knew that there was importance to it for Bob to be carrying those for as long as he did.
yep.
But they also knew who they had in me. They've come to several of my shows over the years, a lot of the local ones. They support all the sports that I've ever played, and especially pro wrestling. So yeah, for them to be gifted to me like that, incredible. So I've been reading through some old wrestling magazine.
Nice, nice, nice. Me myself, yeah, that Moxley Phoenix match was great, but I think the only thing that could have possibly outshone that was Moxley's commentary on Sunday, which was awesome. The build for Wrestle Dream was great. It was very short. I'd really like it if AEW would space these out a bit more, but what can you do? This is the schedule they're on. But no, watched a lot of our boys Caribbean Arrogance. They had a match on AAW Alive against oh god. It's like I'm about to use his shoot name, but Ryan from down at Chicago Style Wrestling.
His shoot name is his wrestling name, Ryan Matthews.
Ryan Matthews. Okay. It was all right. I wasn't sure. For some reason, I thought his last name was something different. Okay, so yes, Ryan Matthews and a gentleman that is my first time seeing him. Pretty good tag match. I also watched them versus Heroes of Our Time from Galley. It looks like Caribbeans had a very recent face turn down at Galley, so it'll be interesting to see how that progresses down there. They are, for the most part, career not good guys, not very good Knicks. So super excited to see where we go with that. Watched a Aussie Open versus the Velocities match from an Australian promotion for reasons that I'm sure we'll talk about. But then yeah, there was a big one. Wrestle Dream. What you think, Zach?
The Wrestle Dream was dope. My favorite match of the night was either Danielson versus Saber, which was clearly like a top one for a lot of the boys, or I really enjoyed Aussie Open versus FTR. Like those guys could have matches like probably like I would do it every pay-per-view and I wouldn't be mad at it. Those guys just find different ways, the way they build that hot tag, how many times you think you're about to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of different moves. Mark Davis's hand, just like he's just a powerhouse, Mark Davis is a thick boy, but doing it, looking good. Man, just good tag wrestling. And then of course, I mean, it was very convenient. The main event was the main event. And then the shenanigans all got going.
We're talking about shenanigans, right?
All about shenanigans. You talking about shenanigans? We talking about shenanigans.
Yes.
Oh man, I think this is a big one. Like, it's really big to see. Like, I mean, it's gonna be exciting to see what he does in AEW. But like, yeah, man, Edge popping out, like that's huge.
No, yeah. I mean, for me, what's crazier is that WWE hasn't owned the trademark to rated R superstar since like 2020.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked about his how he got to use his own song and everything too.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be exciting to see. Clearly, they're having him do something with Christian to start off. I'm really hoping for one more Edge and Christian tag match. I mean, I used to listen to the ENC podcast. I know the Young Bucks put over that they would love to take them on. They've wrestled the Hardys and the Dudleys, so that'd be cool to see.
One. Yep, only missing one.
Now all the pieces are there.
Yes. This is for me. This is bigger than the Punk signing.
No, it's big because like Edge is a WWE lifer.
Yep. I mean, there was that Damon Stryker fellow on WCW, but who'd he ever beat?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's interesting now that like Edge has came and like we talked about the pieces that the Young Bucks are now the number one contenders for the tag belts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very interesting to see how everything goes.
Yeah.
He didn't touch Christian.
Yep. So very, very excited about that. I did really enjoy the main event. Christian is doing some very good stuff. I think who else thought, we're gonna, pull the curtain back. Who thought that Darby called suplex to the outside on the stairs? Christian had him up, looked at the stairs, and said, "Fuck that."
Yeah, man. Like I do think Christian was like, bro, I am not doing this to you. Like, be mad at me later, but we'll do a body slam where I can at least kind of control you a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts, dude.
But no, my favorite matches, of course, ZSJ Danielson, FTR Aussie Open, Swerve and Hangman.
Dude. Oh yeah, Swerve is like. That's all I was gonna bring up. Like, I feel like if you like compare it to WWE, Swerve is getting that LA Knight treatment where he's just naturally organic doing what he's been doing, but people are now recognizing it.
Yeah.
And he's gotten thick too, but like in the right ways. And but that flatliner into that handstand into that smooth brain buster
Yep. It's
coming
like,
to a fucking tag match near you, baby.
yep. Like I
Just
immediately tweeted out, God damn, he's so fucking smooth.
yeah, just super smooth. Yeah, I forgot about like just bring up that just Swerve is like LA Knight, like where like LA Knight could just do the LA Knight. He just doesn't say whose house.
Yeah.
Immediate pop. Definitely can see him being the guy to dethrone MJF when it's time. He's hot.
The Prince Nana dance is over.
Dude, Nana's over. I mean,
The double stop while medical is checking on him.
yeah, it was a good match. It was just like you could definitely tell that they thought Hangman was going to get a little bit more cheered, but he's kind of getting that Roman effect where Roman for a while was getting booed for everything. The Roman Cena effect.
I think it would have been not as bad had they not been in Washington, which is Swerve's home state.
That's very, very true. Also, a shout out to Hangman for the new gear.
Yep, he did finally have some new gear. That was a very deep cut in their promo that I enjoyed. But yep, Hangman's got some new gear. Let's see if we see a new T-shirt.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I've totally like blanked on the Swerve match, but now I just say it's like, how do you blank on that match? Swerve just he went from like just I don't know. I wonder if like WWE were watching. It's like, damn, if we would just let this guy go.
I feel like they had to have known because they called Hit Row up, but then they fell in love with Top Dollar.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Hit Row, but like Swerve was the standout.
Yeah, Swerve.
And those kicks, his from the house or whatever,
Yes, house
just
call.
look the house call is super devastating. JML driver.
Yep, JML driver is sick. Yeah, got a good move set. He's a mean guy. He was working that arm. We're big fans of working the arm. So no, that one was good. So yeah, I'd say those three are probably my top matches. I don't think there was a bad match on the card.
No.
Hey,
Even like the Julia Hart match and Chris Statlander was super good.
yep.
I like that when Julia went for the miss, like Statlander punched her in the face. I was thinking Wah Ming right off the bat.
It's like, why did I never think of that? Just punch him in the face.
Like punch and miss, bro.
Yeah. No, but very good card. Really enjoyed it. Perch, did you get a chance to see it? Any thoughts on it?
No, didn't get a chance to see, unfortunately.
All right.
Dude,
Okay. No
I like
problem.
Mox
Yelling.
on commentary too.
Yep. John Moxley on commentary.
I like the way he dropped the commentator mic to yell, kick his fucking head in.
Yeah. I'm sure the fine he got from YouTube will be worth it. Hopefully we see Mox on commentary more often during Blackpool Combat Club matches. It was super fun. The Nick Wayne turn, we forgot to mention that. Loved it. Kind of got overshadowed by Edge's debut.
I think it was right too because like you had two guys standing off and everyone anticipated the rumors. So then you're like, "Wait, is Edge gonna come save Christian?" And then he blasted him in the face.
So very good. I was super satisfied. All right. Why don't we move on and talk about what we've done for the past 2 weeks? Perch, why don't you kick it off?
Yeah, fun time. Kicked things off at Freelance Wrestling a couple weeks ago, and this was the match where I was scheduled to wrestling against Trevor Outlaw to earn my job back as a referee. In this case, we kicked some ass out there and got her ass kicked. Was a hell of a story. I
Perch
came out.
from Texas with the hook 'em horns.
It was Great Muda all day long.
That's what we were going for.
Oh yeah, Great Muda. Oh, straight up, good inspiration right there. But the blood was running through, ice through the veins. Yeah, good inspiration out there. I used the manila envelope that Trevor served me with my suspension. Only this time I wrote on the back of it, support the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation. Those are the good homies right there. And what were we doing during our suspension? Well, we were raising money for the foundation, in which there's always a bigger picture. So made sure to hold that sign up, just like John Cena would do with his towels, and made sure that we gave the rub to a foundation greater than even myself. So to support all those kids out there for dreams, it was definitely a dream of mine to be a wrestler one day. Along the journey, I fell in love with all the other roles, such as a referee, and I don't have the dream to be a wrestler anymore. However, in the wrestling business, yes, that is still the same. But on this night, I was able to fulfill a young childhood dream that I had. So, just to support the dreams of all the other kids out there, the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation gave me so much inspiration and motivation to go out there and give it my all. It was a fun match. Came out to Savior, Rise Against. It was a great tune. It had the crowd rocking. Packed house at the Avondale, downtown Chicago. Everyone was there, excited to see, and they were rocking that night. Everyone wanted to see Trevor get his butt kicked. He's a nasty heel, and I'm a representative of the freelance, just like the freelance faithful, just like the crowd. Had a lot of cool people in attendance, and proceeded to get my butt kicked out there. Started off pretty well. It's on IWTV, definitely worth checking out. About 3/4 of the way through, I hit Trevor with a health show dive, flying cross body over the top, and threw him back inside the ring. I went back and grabbed that envelope that I gave to a fan out there, and I ripped it open, and I had a roll of Emporium tokens on the inside from good old-fashioned Emporium Arcade at Logan Square, where we performed many times. Made sure to have an ace in the hole. I'm a referee. I can't necessarily beat a pro wrestler. So when you got to rely on something, I always have an ace up your sleeve. And in this case, that was a roll of coins. So I grabbed them, put them in my hand. I got back in the ring. Trevor ended up beating me up. I dropped him.
Right.
Almost foiled the plan. Trevor picked me up, threw me in. I speared referee Matt Nix on accident, took him out. I was down. Trevor goes out of the ring, grabs a chair. Meanwhile, I crawl for that roll of coins. And I grabbed him, balled him in my fist, climbed up, using the ropes to pick myself up. Trevor swings that chair. I duck off the ropes into his head. Boom. And I hit him with a loaded Shoryuken. Bam! Right to the chin. Coins go flying everywhere. Trevor was out on his feet. He did not see that coming. I hit him with a spinning DDT from the second rope right onto that chair. What crawled for the cover. Matt Nix came in just in time. 1, 2, 3. Undefeated IWTV 1-0 Perch. And
congratulations, got your job back, got that shirt back.
We got our job back, got our shirt back. It was great. Crowd loved it. We were able to tell a good story. And Trevor got booed on the way out. He went low, gave me a low blow on the way out. So we left the crowd booing him. And it was a good story told all around. And yeah, fun time, fun match, and all the little influences from the ring gear to what we used, to the finisher, to the entrance, everything had a callback over the past maybe year that the storyline had been going on. So it was great to be able to fulfill it and to tell a long-term story and to pay it off. And when you tell a long story, you're able to use so much that makes more sense, and it's easy and it's fluid. Not about the moves that are being done, but about the story that's being told. Um, and in that story, I had a bloody chest from all the chops I took. Shotgun blast to the chest. um, but we resilient and persevere. So with the freelance faithful behind us, we were able to fight through and get the victory. I like to claim that as my retirement match as well. Gonna retire on top.
Why?
Great time. Great time. It's worth checking out on IWTV, where it'll live forever. Now I go into the annals of cage match with Yoshihiko as a non documented wrestler who is still documented. Free Yoshihiko, free Perch.
Yeah.
It was a great time. And luckily, I got my job back just in time because I had 2 shows at the Berwyn Eagles Club for Black Label Pro the next day, where it was Ref Ned, Ref Wes, and myself taking the reins, able to handle business for the TurboGrafx 24 tournament. Very prestigious tournament, and we were able to handle business. First match I had was Sawyer Wreck against Brogan Finley. Great time, great match. Brogan tried to use a chair early on, and I said, no, this is the tournament. Get that out of here. And then they proceeded to beat each other up. A heck of a match. Brogan Finley comes out victorious. Next match I had was Aramis versus Eli Isom. Great to see Eli and Aramis out there as well. Eli ended up winning with a roll-up by the end of it. Next match I had was Zaya Brookside against Rachel Armstrong. Good fire between the two of them. Great fire, babyface and Zaya taking a little bit of a undercut heel roll into this match, and they told a great story. Very fun match. Zaya ended up winning, and the next match I had was Cole Radrick against Sonny Kiss. Very cool to see Sonny Kiss in action. Holy smokes. A hell of a competitor and jacked too. My goodness, well put together. Cole Radrick, BLP champion, defended his title and won and moved on to the next round. And then the next show, which was right after that, the finals of the tournament. First match I had was Brogan Finley against Cole Radrick, and Cole Radrick ended up defending his title and winning. Next match I had was Cole Radrick against Rico Gonzalez. That was a hard-hitting, fast-paced, probably 3-minute start to finish. Fire. My goodness, was that match intense. It was over before you knew it. And a pin count, 1, 2, 3, done. Wow. That match is for those who, anyone who wants to see a nice condensed tournament match. They both brought the fire. And then the finals was Kevin Koo against Cole Radrick for the trophy and the championship. In this match, both men were beaten up pretty good. I watched the match in the first round as Kevin Koo took on Dominic Guarini. TAU was in the house. We got to take that match in, take some notes, watch, study. It was great to take in that whole first show with those guys, and especially that match in particular, seeing how tag team fighters can fight each other and the dynamic of it, because they were friends, but they were brothers. And midway through, you don't want to lose to your brother. You want to beat your brother. So it was a great match. So to see Kevin Koo carry that momentum all the way into the finals, where he defeated Cole Radrick in the finals to become PLP champion and TurboGrafx 24 winner. Great tournament. Very fun. Everybody brought it and really used everything they had. I was a little beaten up from the day before, but I was so happy to be a referee on this day. And had lots of matches. Very fun time. And then this past weekend, AAW was at Joe's on Weed Street, a venue where I haven't been to since Zello Pro probably 3 years ago when I had my wisdom teeth taken out. My cheeks were out to here. I had blood streaming down like a vampire. But we were in the era of a mask, so I was able to referee with a mask, so no one had to see my bloody face. But we were back at the same venue and had a great time. Opening match, uh, Silas Young versus Isaiah Moore, Koa, and Gary J, Levi, and Jake Something. Wild, wild scramble match. Jake Something comes up victorious. Next match I had was Solomon Tupu against QT Marshall for a AAA, I believe
The champion, wasn't it?
yeah, yep, the AAA championship, and QT ended up being victorious in that match as well. Awesome to work with QT, hell of a heel, great performer. I like working with veterans of the business, and he was a very fun one to work with inside that ring. And Solomon was a match that I had very early on in my AAW days, as I believe he took on Josh Briggs, and that was a hell of a match many years ago. So to have those two, very fun. Next match I had was Anthony Katina and Jesse V versus Russ Jones and Shaft versus Bang and Matthews. Awesome, awesome to see Davey and Augie out there. They brought the fire. That was a great match. Double elimination, so it was 2 matches within one. And still champions, Russ and Shaft. Fun match all around. And then the main event of the night was Gringo Loco, #1 contender, taking on Davey Vega for the AAW championship. About 3/4 of the way through, I got knocked out, and I didn't see the finish. I believe Davey Vega won, and as I came to, everyone was leaving the arena, and I was about to say to Jim to reverse the decision, but I fell back down. So the decision stays. I had no power to finish that sentence. So Gringo Loco does not become the new champion at AAW. But yeah, one hell of a show. Great time all around. Very fun matches. And Chicago professional wrestling is bumping. It's a blessing to be a part of it. And a student of the business, learning from so many different angles.
All right. And then, all right, Zach, what about us, brother?
Well, while Perch was at freelance earning his job back, which so happened we got lucky. It happened during ICW's intermission because we had a table full of guys watching it. I think we had TAU, myself, Raven Radix, Gunnar Wicks, Jack Morrison, all that we had like from entrance to finish. We were able to watch it during intermission at ICW. So, like a little Wisconsin team at ICW watching. But more importantly, we had some unfinished business to take care of with Ethan Matthews, always wanting to find a tag partner, thinking every year he's going to find the guy to foil Country Air. And we had to show him that wasn't what's up.
Nope. First time matchup against Crew, or not first time, second time actually. Versus Cute Craig, first time in just a straight up tag match. But yeah, had to follow CJ and Armando. So instead of bringing all the high flying and high spots that maybe Country Air is known for, we just went for the win, baby. No time to fool around. We ain't getting paid by the minute.
We out here, we were using Cute Craig's chest to play We Will Rock You. Yep. Bouncing Ethan's head off the floor, got a big W. In between winning the match, watching Perch win his job back, we were hanging out. We got involved in a little bit more shenanigans. Looks like Jaden Mercer got a crew.
Yeah, yes, looks like another faction of do not so gooders has risen up in ICW, attacking our grand hero Yanni. We all love Yanni so much. We've never had a problem with him. But he's never had with Yanni.
I'll just clear it right now. If anyone watched our promo, we told everyone we're putting everybody on notice. What a better way than just coming out and beating up half the guys who want to try to be top dogs.
So
Country has been around what 4 or 5 years at ICW. Any title, anyone's on notice. And Yanni, we're there to help you out, but everyone's on notice.
Yep. So made the save, which has led to a tag match with the returning Gunnar Wicks and Sean Priest versus Country Air next month at the bar.
Bro, we can't lose. The show is called Treehouse of Horror. Like I refuse to
this was
lose.
paid for us. I'm sorry, guys. It's a home game. You're just gonna have to, smoke this hell.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then later on, we traveled on to Mattoon the next day, where we had a rematch against Power Trip. We took on Jake Landers and Jared Allen, and I mean, I'll give them credit where credit's due. They did some tape studying.
Yep, they did some tape studying. They knew how hard we hit. If one wasn't enough to put me down, hit me with the whole house, I guess.
Unfortunately, they got the W, but if any fans came out to the back, they saw them laying, gasping for air. So it took them everything they had to beat your mama's favorites. And the way I look at it, boys, the field's 1-1.
Yep.
We still got plenty of game left.
Yep. So this isn't over. We will surely see you fellas soon. And then Sunday.
Well, Sunday. It was our big return to all heel wrestling.
Finally, our big return to all heel wrestling. Joey Mayberry and a mystery opponent. Joey wanted to spend a lot of time talking, but thankfully, Moondog Greg Murray came out and put an end to all that. Declared himself Joey's tag partner, and we got that thing popping.
I mean, I got to kick off the show, regular tag match, all heel wrestling. Everything was going good. And then I had a glimpse of Ghetto Gear Solid again because I got hit in the head with something.
Yep. It's like for some reason for a promotion named All Heel Wrestling, guys are a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna call it out what it is. Moondog. I don't like that Moondog came out wanting to be this very friendly guy and be like, "Oh, I just want to win fair," and then he wants to cheat at the end.
Yeah, not a good look, brother. But
no respect for him.
Yep, no respect, no love. We will have another shot to get our titles back. We will be seeing you soon as well. And then so yeah, that was our weekend last weekend. And then this past weekend, like I said, I was sick last week, so I spent most of this past weekend wrestling. Went to a wedding for a little bit. Had a good time. Good to see people. Good to see friends be happy and with the love of their life and all that type of good stuff and all those positive feelings. What about you, brother?
Yeah, I actually I went to Fourth Wall actually Friday just to hang out. Val had a show. Had some good matches. Chucky took on Mario. Bro, and then after the match, I thought I was gonna have to step on in for the ring announcing because Mr. Jason Dukes is trying to give Chucky some advice. And Chucky straight up told him, I've been in for 6 years. You've been out for X amount of years. What do I need to listen to you? And Dukes didn't take it so well. Dukes drop kicked him and Chucky hit the floor. He beat the shit out of him with a chair, DDT onto the chair. And like, bro, he left. And I was like telling Mario, I was like, hey, there's only 2 more matches. I'm pretty sure I know how to ring announce.
Yeah.
But, I thought I was going to have to step in. I'm glad I didn't though, because I got to be a fan for the main event. And let's just say, like, as guys who help invest in training in these guys who get to watch these guys from their first match to what they're doing now, I was so fucking proud, super pumped, fanboying it up with TAU and Armando Alvarez versus CJ Cole and Matt Nix and Castro. Match was good. For anyone who is familiar with CJ and TAU being together, be prepared for peak season. Those guys like Armando and TAU were doing a lot of cool 3-man stuff. The finish was amazing, bro. The finish was so good. I mean, not if you're rooting for the good guys, but if you're rooting for the bad guys, like TAU was brawling with Matt Nix and them. I don't know what was going on, but I promise you heard some noise in the backstage. CJ hits a beautiful move onto Armando. The springboard DDT catches him. 1, 2. Josiah pulls him out of the ring. pulls out Jerry out of the ring, starts arguing with Jerry, and then here comes Wall from the bar, green mist, off the top rope, curb stomp.
Oh,
It took a lot to take out CJ Cole, but man, it was a very entertaining match. It was very good. Definitely one of those where you're watching, you're like, man, there was nothing like you could complain about it. They delivered. Me and TAU's proven they're a very smart tag team. Armando's proven he's a threat in the state after being overlooked for so long. CJ Cole being a strong guy as he is, he had so much might, but 3-on-1 when Castro and Nix get taken out in the back. Castro and Nix too, like that's a tag team we got to wrestle. They had some cool little things out their pocket.
yep.
Overall, just good match. Good time at fourth wall. I mean, before we celebrated Mindy's 8th birthday. My dog, she had her 8th birthday. Shout out to everyone who tagged me in the bark box. The Simpsons had a bark box, and Mindy enjoyed all her presents. And other than that, was just the Halloween decorating around the house and just doing the relaxing family day. I did get some Raising Cane's.
Oh, well, that works. Like that's a win right there. All right. Why don't we move on to the topic for tonight? This might have meant more last week before a certain debut, but hey, WWE, it happens every so often. Release time. About 12 new names got released 2 weeks ago. And I want to keep it positive. Who are we excited to see do something with their new freedom? Let's start with Zach.
I mean, I feel like Ali will definitely see him in this area soon, so it'll be exciting to see him do the matchups with guys he trains with. He's been asking for his release from what sources say, so if he is, then he has obviously other plans he has, and like excited to see him actually break out and have some freedom. Dolph Ziggler obviously is the biggest one on that list. I don't know if he's going to do comedy or not, but wherever Dolph does, hopefully he'll be able to shine. Look at there's a lot of guys that are going to be unexpected. I heard the Maxim model guys have been getting super over on Twitch, so like, I mean, they know they're doing their thing right. There's a lot of guys who I think a lot of guys who you wouldn't expect to break out, so it'll be interesting. I mean, Rick Boogs is in this area.
Yep.
I see Boogs around.
Yep. Definitely. Perch, who are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I would say if Ali made his way back to freelance, that would be pretty damn cool. Training with a lot of the students out here, giving them good insight, knowledge, wisdom. He tore it up at freelance before we started going to freelance. So it would be cool to see him up in the area. And also another thought would be Shelton Benjamin making his way. See that big homie making his way into pro wrestling anywhere, whether it's independents or majors or anything. See him up on AEW fighting for the Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin is just such an asset to the business, and would love to see him really fill out any desires that he wants inside the pro wrestling world.
Yep. For me, Shelton's a very interesting one, because people forget for the years that he was gone from the E, he was still wrestling. So his contacts, places he's been, the knowledge he has. I talked about watching that interview with Chris Van Vliet, where he talked about moving into a backstage role. So just as a fan, seeing where he pops up and what position he pops up is very intriguing. For me, it's gotta be Dolph. Maybe not at the time of the release of it, Dolph, but you know what? People keep bringing up that promo from, I believe it was 2016. Sometimes the things you don't love you back. And you know what? Maybe WWE was just the wrong girl. So, maybe the independence is the right girl to love you back. So I feel like I need to see, like, yes, I know he can do the comedy thing. He's super talented. He could probably coach collegiate wrestling if he wanted to. Like he's another one that's got tons of options, but that's somebody like I need to see you on the indies. Can you pull up Matt Cardona and take it over? Like everybody respects your skill, so I don't see why not. So that's where like Shelton, I'm excited to see whatever he does.
I forgot about Riddle.
Yep. I mean, it's not
But
like,
Riddle was on the Indies before killing it before he got signed. So
I have, no worries about Riddle. Dana Brooke, she was a fitness model before wrestling. Like she'll be fine. The Eminem guys, I love them. I think like them doing Twitch will be fine. I would not be surprised if they show up on some indies. I think they'll be super entertaining. I think it'll be good for us that Ali is back on the indies and in the Chicago area doing things, because even if we can't go to freelance all the time and do the training, we will get that osmosis just from, sharing the locker room with other students. And, we pick brains. So, I'm not worried about that. Emma, she'll be fine. Like she's wrestled everywhere. Aaliyah could be interesting because it's like I'm a fan of Aaliyah. I know people have different opinions, but I am interested to see what she does. She was always pretty entertaining to me. It's just wasn't getting that TV time. So I think everybody's going to be very interesting, but it's got to be Shelton and Dolph in my top two.
yeah.
All right, and I think it's about time we wind it on down. So why don't we talk about what we got coming up this weekend? Zach, let's go first because Perch is gone for a bit.
Yeah, we got one show, but a long drive. We're making our debut, talking about knocking out new states. We're going to Sydney, Montana, where we're going to be taking on a team that's just spoiled in tag team. You're welcome for wrestling another good tag team. You guys just tell MAW who you want, they'll give it to you. That's right, we're talking trash. This is my trash talking. Mama approved. Trash talk to Royal Flavor. Ain't no flavor to you guys.
No royal flavor,
You guys better wear that nice gear, or I'm gonna smack you across your face.
spoon
Yeah.
in their mouth, given every opportunity, but it's all right. This weekend in Montana, you have been given the opportunity to get that butt spanked by your mama's favorite tag team.
Yes, sir. I heard we're opening. They want to show everyone what the tag division's all about at Flashback Pro. That's the promotion we're at. Montana debut. Two spoiled little green kids. We got to smack them across the face.
Can't wait.
And that's about it.
Yep, that's all we got this week. Perch. Come on, Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, this weekend's going to be a fun one. We're kicking it off in Atlantic City for GCW Fight Club, night 1 and night 2. Night 1's going to be a kick-ass show featuring the Art of War games. Team GCW versus Team Freedoms. Japan versus United States. Jun Kasai, Takeda, Segura, Violento Jack, Sasaki versus Nick Gage, Ciclope Miedo, Rina Yamashita, and John Wayne Murdoch. Those are some of the most kick-ass wrestlers in the world. Going to be inside 2 rings, 2 cages. Wild night of action. And that's going to be night 1, coming up on Saturday. Night 2 will be on Sunday. That'll be some kick-ass matchups as well. We'll also have Jersey Championship Wrestling on night 2 on Sunday. I believe that'll be on YouTube, and then Fight Club will be on Fight TV. So we got 3 shows in 2 days in Atlantic City, and then flying out to Tokyo, Japan, where we've got a show, 1 or 2 shows at Shinkiba First Ring, which will be so much fun with Freedoms and Game Changer Wrestling. And then Game Changer Wrestling makes their debut at legendary Korakuen Hall. Going to be
Congrats.
unbelievable. Was able to work a Freedom's anniversary show at Corrigan Hall last October, which was an absolute blessing. And this time around, it's a straight up GCW show. So going to be so much fun to return back to Corrigan Hall this time for a straight GC dub. And yeah, going to be some great people in attendance as well. Really looking forward to it. So we got about 2 or 3 shows in Japan, and then heading back to Los Angeles for GCW LA. And that's going to be a fun show as well on the following Saturday. So upcoming 3 shows in Atlantic City, 3 shows in Tokyo, Japan, and 1 show in Los Angeles, all on Fight TV and JCW Jersey Championship Wrestling on YouTube.
For some
Going to
reason,
be so much fun.
this past weekend, and I was looking for it today. Fuck
Yeah.
is all right, but so it's this Sunday. Okay. Yep.
Yep. Coming up this Sunday, going to be so much fun. Lots of action. No shortage of entertainment. We're packing our suitcase heavy this time around.
Yeah. Perch got them bag fees like Ultimo Dragon. Heavy. Real heavy. All right. I think with that, it's time we take it home. Zach, any final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, we're talking about big AEW signings, but WWE had a huge signing themselves.
We did not talk about that.
Yeah, she jumped ship. Not jumped ship, but made her move to WWE. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Jade Cargill. Here's the idea. How would you debut Jade Cargill, and who would you start a feud with her?
I like the fashionista, the thing, or I don't even want to say the fashionista, the guy that likes explosions and flashing lights. I need it to be Bianca and Jade, because I think that's just going to be all the pomp and circumstance and all that is going to be the most extra thing in wrestling. I don't know if it's as a tag team or one-on-one, but I need that. I think I would like to actually see her debut against Lyra Valkyria in NXT. So, but at some point, it's we all know it's got to be Jade and Bianca.
I don't even feel like she's gonna be in NXT. I feel like she posted like a picture of SmackDown. I think she's going straight to SmackDown.
I think they're going to push her straight to the roster. That is not. I don't have the checkbook. It would not be my decision, but I totally see why. Why bring in a star with all this glitz and glam and not immediately put her on? But I think Jade just had such an organic rise in AEW. I would just try to do it again.
Build it up slowly.
Yep, do it from the ground up again.
How about you, Perch?
Yeah, I will want to see her against, say, Asuka. See how that matchup goes. I'd love to see Asuka hit the finish and give a big face full of mist to her and see how she fares when she's blind.
Okay. No, yeah, her and Asuka, that is another one that's going to be super extra. So, yep, definitely see that.
I feel like she's gonna build up to like Bianca. I agree with you. It's got to be a Bianca Jade Cargill. I think she could debut though, either taking on like Dakota Kai or like Michin on SmackDown. Someone who has like credibility to their name, but someone who can afford a loss.
I don't think right now, like with what Michin did to Jay Uso to Jay last week, I don't think that's
Jimmy.
No, it was Jimmy. Yes, it was Jimmy. It was Jimmy. Okay. Still getting confused. Yes, Jimmy. I was right. So, yes, what you did to Jimmy, I think WWE is going to try to ride that for a little bit. And I feel like they're probably going to debut Jade pretty soon. I believe Dakota Kai is still hurt, but I do like that pick as well.
Dakota Kai, I mean, there's also like, I don't know about Shotzi, but there's Shotzi.
Shotzi.
I'm trying to think of some other people, like even Bailey. Like that could be a big one where Bailey's talking like trash and talking smack. Bailey could probably be a big one too. Like I would debut. I would feel like I would have to date. You have to debut with someone who has like either a little bit like it's at least like a top mid female or like even top female. Like I mean, eventually they're gonna have her go after Charlotte too. That'll be interesting when you see her versus Charlotte.
Yeah, that's another one that's it's coming. Like
Yeah, I mean, like the top ones are Asuka, Charlotte, Bianca, and Rhea.
yeah, like those are her those
And
are her,
Becky.
her four fiends for my Final Fantasy nerds. Those are the four fiends she must defeat at some point. Yes, I think we all agree. But yeah, that debut, I don't know. It's a tough one. Perch, final thoughts or questions?
Yeah, support pro wrestling. Lots of good wrestling going on these days. No shortage of entertainment, whether it's locals or major independents or major wrestling on TV. The wrestling business is so big right now. There are those who understand wrestling and those who don't. For those who don't understand wrestling, well, maybe spread the positivity of wrestling to them little by little. It's funny to talk to people who don't know about wrestling and to see their reactions. Um, I've been hearing a lot of people ask questions in regards to the match from a couple weeks ago, and being able to tell that story to people who don't understand pro wrestling. It's very fun, very intriguing, and whether it's something they get or they've cast aside their whole life. It's 2023, so the least you can do is have a fresh perspective in life. So introduce pro wrestling to someone with a new perspective, and maybe open their mind, or at least just enjoy telling the stories of pro wrestling to somebody.
Nice. And my final thought is actually going to be let's support one another. Feel like there's been a lot of negativity in the world right now. There are a couple different ways you can support each other. We've got wonderful causes by our boy Perch for St. Jude's, and Connor Hopkins is raising money for the Decorah Pride incident. I copped one of his shirts yesterday. There are plenty of fans, good fans who have supported us as wrestlers, and they're going through some tough times. You can see all of it on Twitter, but let's just be supportive of each other. World is a cruel place. It is something that we all have to grind against. We're all just trying to lead a happy life. So let's just do our best to support each other in the best ways we can. All right. Leave your thoughts down at the bottom on who you're excited to see from these releases, or even this massive trade. AEW trading Jade Cargill for Edge. What do you think? What matchups are you excited to see? What shows are you going to be at this weekend? Let us know down below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all the social medias. Tell other promotions to book us, because really at this point, it's getting to the end of the year. Calendar is filling up faster than we can put the dates in. So, we want to make sure we get out in front of everybody we can. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.
Yeah.